I see it in my comments all the time. Someone hears the story of how I got my real estate start and they say, yeah, but Kris, the market is different now. It's impossible to find good deals today. Interest rates are so high, blah, blah, blah. So listen, in today's video, I'm gonna tell you what I would do if I lost everything, every property, every partnership, every dollar in my bank account, and if I had to start all over again in 2025 with nothing but the knowledge in my head. And I'm going to share with you the exact 4 steps that I would take to start building a portfolio and generating passive income immediately. And I promise you this, I could do it again. In fact, I would love that challenge because even in today's market with sky-high prices and elevated interest rates, real estate is still the most powerful, lucrative wealth-building tool in the world. And in this video, I'm going to show you how these 4 steps will get you doing it just like me. Let's go. One shot, now the future is yours. Go. People today are overwhelmed, right? I hear it all the time. Kris, you can't find good deals anymore. Prices are too high. The interest rates are too high. It's impossible to really break into the real estate market unless you're already rich. But let me tell you this, that's what they said 20 years ago. It's just not true. In fact, that mindset is exactly what keeps people stuck. 20 years ago, I was a broke college kid. I had no trust fund, I had no connections. I just had a dream. But I also had a mentor who showed me a different way of thinking. And that guidance helped me buy my very first property, then my second property, and then my 25th property, all before I graduated college, mind you. So yeah, while the market has changed, the strategy hasn't, and neither has the opportunity. Now listen, before we dive into it, I want you to smash that like button and consider subscribing because what I'm about to share with you could change your life. So what's changed in 2025 and what hasn't? Let's get this out right away. The numbers have changed, right? Things have gone up. Interest rates are higher. Back when I started investing, the median home price in the United States was hovering around $250,000, not $430,000. It's almost double. And interest rates? Well, we used to talk about 3% mortgages like they were standard for a decade, and now you're lucky if you can lock in 7%. So yeah, we're definitely in a different environment. But let me tell you what hasn't changed. You can still buy a property with a 3% down payment. You can still house hack, like live in one part of the house, rent a part of it to somebody else, have them pay for your mortgage. You can still find deeply discounted properties, even 20, 30, or even 50% below market. And if you know where to look, these fundamentals, they haven't disappeared. They've just become invisible to people who gave up looking. And by the way, they gave up 20 years ago. The BS then is the BS today. The numbers have changed. Nothing else has. So with that, let's get started on the 4 steps. Step 1, you've got to build your financial foundation. Subscribe, listen, learn, have a mentor. Because before you do anything, you got to prepare for what's going to happen. For example, what are banks going to say to you? When you get started, my mentor told me that I needed more credit history. I had 1 credit card, so I opened up 2 more. And I didn't go on a shopping spree. I just used them for groceries and gas, and then I kept them paid off, just like my mentor told me. That built a pattern of financial responsibility. And it wasn't about the score. It was about the story that those accounts told. And then comes the job history. My mentor said, listen, you've been at this job for 1 year, you're not liking it, but if you can just stay a second year, it's gonna open up opportunities for you to get traditional financing from a bank. Lenders want to see a 2-year consistent work track record. Now that track record helps them trust you that you're going to be able to make your mortgage payments. And here's a tip right now, write it down. If you're in college full-time, some banks will count that as a part of your work history if you move straight into a job after in the same field. It's all about creating a picture of stability. Number 3, finally, there is the down payment, right? Like if you're gonna buy your very first house, it's generally 3%. And for my first house, that was $3,300. Today, if you were buying a $300,000 home, 3% is gonna be $9,000. My wife and I, we scraped together every dollar we had. We didn't eat out, we didn't buy new clothes, we hustled and we saved until we hit that goal. Now in today's market, that 3% is a little bit more money, and that may feel like a mountain to some people, but listen, you're just getting out of college, or you're young, or you're starting life. Be smart. Do not do Parkinson's law. This is where people spend plus or minus 10% of what they make. I'm just gonna tell you right now, the way to build wealth is simple. You spend way less than you make, and then those savings gotta be invested carefully. You could literally save for 1 or 2 years and have enough money to basically get a 3% down payment on a house. Get creative, find extra ways to earn money on the side, participate in the gig economy, have a side hustle. It's not about comfort in the beginning, it's about positioning yourself for success. Hey, sorry to interrupt, but this can't wait. What I'm about to share could literally be the missing piece that you've been looking for. Give me just a moment and then I'll get you back to the video. It's gonna be worth it. When I started investing in real estate, I made one decision. I was gonna study every strategy that was out there, buy and hold, fix and flip, short-term rentals. I was gonna look at everything, but I wanted to basically compare them and find the best strategy. And I found it. I call it the straight path to real estate wealth. And guess what? It literally outperformed everything with the highest ROI, the least amount of effort, and the smallest startup cost at all. And that's basically why I wrote this book, The Straight Path to Real Estate Wealth. If you want to build passive income and start hitting 6 and 7 figures without burning out, click the link below, get this book, read it. Believe me, there's millions of strategies out there, but only one that gets you there faster, cleaner, with your sanity intact. Now, after you complete the first step of basically making sure that you're financially prepared, we move on to the second step, which is when you buy your first home, you got to buy smart. You got to look where others aren't, and you can't prioritize what other people want, which is the nicest, most expensive home that I can find right now that's going to set, me and my honey up for something really nice. I did my first home different. I had a colleague that I worked with, a buddy of mine, we made the same amount of income. He bought a really nice new home on the hill overlooking the lake, and I bought a piece of shit. I literally bought like a crappy little bungalow. I rented out the basement, and that rent basically covered the cost. It only worked because I got such a good deal on that blasted little thing. And I didn't hire a realtor. I literally got in my car and drove for dollars. Like I went and I knew the neighborhood that I was considering buying in. I found a for sale by owner. And sure enough, the house was listed for $110,000. I knew from my mentor that it should be worth more than that. This was my first house, so I didn't really know. I verified with my mentor the numbers. The house was worth $150,000. I was gonna buy it $40,000 below, and it did have that basement apartment. So when I bought this house, guess what the numbers did? It meant that I was smart and I bought it right. And yeah, it wasn't nice like my buddy's house, but guess what it was? It wasn't about having a nice house. It was about having an investment that was gonna support my financial future, which by the way, after renting it out, led to living for free. That made it smart. Now in 2025, you can still find smart deals. They are everywhere. How did I find it? I found it through my mentors. They taught me where to look. So part of the second step on buying right, you need to find a mentor. By the way, if you don't have a mentor, subscribing or acquiring some of my books, guys, this stuff is practically free. If you click the links below, I give this stuff away like crazy. Like that's where you get your introductory knowledge to say, oh, my mentor's teaching me the ropes. And you literally might call one of the phone numbers in the page below and be like, Kris, actually, I want you to be my mentor, or I need a coach, or do you have a coach available? That's what got me off and going. That's what you need. Bottom line, if you want to get a really good deal, you need to have a mentor that can show you the ropes. After all, if you want to build a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio over the next couple of decades, you want that mentor in your life. And by the way, what my mentor did when I was started with nothing is showed me how to do what's called house hacking. And it works just as well now as it did back then. Literally buying a property with a 3% down payment, renting out rooms or a part of the house or a second unit. You're gonna start building equity, but someone else is gonna help pay for it. You might live rent-free or even have half of it paid for. It's not flashy, it's not glamorous, but guess what? In the beginning, I don't believe it should be. Step 3, you've bought a house, now you need to leverage the equity in that house so you can start growing faster. Listen, after I had owned that first house for about a year, something amazing happened. I talked to the bank and they said, you've got some equity built up in this house. And I'm like, well, no, I know. I bought it 40,000 below. And they're like, no, your house has gone up another $15,000 or whatever. And I'm like, whoa, what does it mean? They said, well, we can give you a HELOC. I'm like, a what's-y? They're like, a HELOC means a home equity line of credit. And you can get one for nearly $20,000. And I was like, what will it cost me? They're like, it's free. And I'm like, so I just go to the bank and sign some papers and I get like a $20,000 line of credit, like a credit card against the equity in the house. And I'm like, deal, let's go. And listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, a mistake that I made. I did so well on that first house. Before I did my next house, I'm like, I'm gonna flip a car. I went onto eBay, I bought a BMW, I sold it 6 months later and lost money. And that's when I'm like, I'm never doing that again. So I replenished my HELOC and this, I'm like, nope, I'm gonna play the game the way my mentor said. And that's when I found my second property. I used the equity in the first home. This second house, same thing. On this go around, I actually did use realtors. And I basically called up 10 realtors and I said, I'm looking for a 20% discount. And most of them laughed at me. but I had the money and I knew I had the credit because my credit bought the first house. And you know what happened? 2 of those realtors actually got back in touch with me, looked at the MLS, the multiple listing service, all the houses on the market that day, and they found one that the bank had just listed on a Saturday morning. The house was worth $250,000. They were selling it for like $160,000, $90,000 below market. I went immediately to the house. I got the house under contract, wrote it up, and by the end of the day, the bank said, it's yours. And I was like, dude, my home equity line of credit can buy this house for me, and I don't have to come out of pocket, which is great because I was still basically broke as a joke living for free in the first house, but my first house essentially bought my second house. And by the way, that's the exact same strategy that is working in 2025. A year ago or 2 years ago, I bought a house. I bought it below market. I got a home equity line of credit. I used it to buy my next house. Nothing has changed. Banks are still doing home equity lines of credit, and you can borrow that and use it over here. By the way, if you're watching this and you own a home and you've never really considered yourself a real estate investor because you don't own a home that is an investment that you don't live in, so you're like, yeah, I own a home, but I'm not really a real estate investor yet, you have equity in that house. You can go to a credit union, apply for a home equity line of credit, and access that juicy, tasty equity, and then use it to buy the down payment on your first real investment property. Same strategy works today. America today is cash poor. They do not have loads of money lying around on their desk, but they are equity rich. We have more equity in this country than we have ever had before, trillions of dollars. The average American that owns a home, $304,000 worth of equity. And you know what? The bank will likely let you borrow 100 or 200 grand of that. Shoot, we could use that to go buy 1, 2 homes, or with some of my strategies, a lot more. This is not a fluke. This is a blueprint, and you're getting it all right now, which takes us to our 4th and final step. It's not about the market. It is about the mindset. Listen, everyone wants to blame the market. Oh, prices are too high. Rates are too steep. Those are the people that will never make money in the game. Meanwhile, dudes like me in up and down economies, we're always crushing it. They're going to complain inventory is low. But here's the truth. Most people aren't stuck because of interest rates or prices. They're stuck because of indecision. They're stuck in their head. Tony Robbins, one of my mentors, said, in your head, you're dead. You see, they're waiting. They're waiting for prices to drop. Good luck. They're waiting for the Fed to pivot. Good luck. They're waiting for someone else to give them permission to begin. Guys, that's called victimhood. When you're waiting for someone else to give you permission to live your life, it means that you have relinquished your power. Take it back. Make the decision right now. I'm becoming a real estate investor today, and I'm getting started. The best investors, we adapt, right? We don't need perfect conditions. We need a process and a blueprint, and I'm getting it to you right now. You see, if we consistently follow the blueprint like I have on my last 6,500 deals in both up and down markets, $2 billion worth of transactions, this stuff works and it works consistently. So if you're waiting for the economy to turn around before you take action, you're already behind because people who build real estate are the ones who act in uncertainty. It's where the greatest gains are going to be made. In other words, you lean in, you don't lean away. They get creative. They believe there's a possibility, and then they find the way every single time. I want to show you something. This book right here, The Straight Path to Real Estate Wealth, is the first book that I wrote. It literally details step by step exactly how anyone in any financial position with any credit score and no money in the bank or a pile of debt can get started investing in the game of real estate. And if you pick up a copy of this book, I'm also going to give you a game plan for free. My multi-million-dollar approach to if I started in your position, whether you got a 401k or IRA or a lot of assets, or you're starting with nothing, just like I did, and you're hungry, I'll show you step by step this perspective on what you would need to do to get where you're trying to get to. By the way, if you want a copy, for sure right now, click the link below. Are you feeling your hope meter going up? Are you feeling better about your prospects and opportunities? Good. Make sure you subscribe. Share this video. Share it with buddies. Like literally form your own little private club of, hey, let's actually get into this thing together. And with that, I'll see you on the next video or in the book.